So which team do you think will struggle more short term and long term? Arsenal or Man United? So you want to make your pitch and then I'll make mine.
Oh, this is a tough one. I'm gonna say
We'll do short term first and then we'll do long term.
I'm gonna say short term Arsenal. Short term Arsenal. I think we're not going to qualify for any European competitions next season.
You think you won't be Europa League dons?
Nah.
Well, what's the?
To be honest, if we don't get Champions League football, I'd rather not play in the Europa League just for a season, just to have.
Are you What do you need? Fifth place or a cup?
Yeah.
Are you out of? Well, obviously League Cup's over. You out of the FA Cup?
No, we're away to Sheffield United.
That's hard.
That's a tricky game.
They're the Prem. Are they the Prem team more?
Yeah, they're the one in fifth.
Oh, okay.
Or
yeah, that's
sixth now, I can't remember.
Because they might go for a cup run.
Yeah, but they're a very good team. Yeah.
And that's it, pretty much, because you're not going to get fifth spot is going to be difficult to get.
Yes, it's doable. But I think short-term Arsenal will struggle because I think Man United will make a European competition next season.
Which one do you think you'd be Europa League dons?
I think they might win the Europa League.
It's tough though. There's some good teams.
There are some very good teams, but I think Man United could win the Europa League.
I'm trying to think of which Sharks are still in that. It's still in the Europa League, and I can't. Sevilla, I think they're probably the biggest.
There's even like some of the small teams are still like decent enough teams to go through, but
there's not many Mickey Mouse teams at this stage of the year.
No, you've weeded them all out. But I think
the Olympians may prove a problem as well. Olympiacos.
But yeah, I think short-term Arsenal because I don't think we'll get any European football, and that'll obviously hinder signings and a lot of money into the club, and I think a lot of players will leave. So I think
name-wise, who are you thinking?
I think Aubameyang will leave.
Lacazette's been really bad.
He has been bad.
Should have more goals.
I would be happy for Lacazette to leave at this point. Socrates, obviously aging, I think he'll leave.
He's got to do some philosophy and stuff.
Yeah, he does. He's got him and Plato having a little chat.
Yeah, he's going back and he's going to discuss the final point of football. Is it right to steal a ball off someone? What if he comes back and he takes it back from you? All the enjoyment you had.
The art of the tackle.
Exactly.
I think.
Always thinking of philosophy, that man.
I think Bernd Leno could leave.
Goalkeeper, yeah.
He is a Champions League level goalkeeper. He's phenomenal.
Do you think he's been awful this season though? Hasn't he been really bad?
No,
a lot of mistakes leading to goals. No,
he's been one of the best players of the season.
Serious?
Yeah, he has saved us more points than I could care to count. Because when you think our defence at the start of the season was woeful, it's like when Man United just depended on De Gea.
Oh, when he did that what's it called? What's the dude from the Matrix? When he just stopped.
Yeah.
When we watched that game, and he was just stopping everything,
Yeah,
and then Rory was about to jump up. Yeah, De Gea sticks a leg out, and he's just like, "How's he? That doesn't even make sense."
So that's what Leno's been to us. Like,
that's why Rory hates him. He always plays well against Arsenal.
Well, you had an awful defence in front of him. Like, you're going to concede goals.
The De Gea problem, innit?
But Bernd Leno, I think.
All right.
Is good enough to play for a better
Arsenal
team.
Than I do, to be fair. So, all right.
Bernd Leno's been class.
So you're two strikers and your goalkeeper.
Couple of Asian players like Socrates. Granit Xhaka might still go.
A big overhaul, to be fair.
The problem is the players we need to get in are going to want Champions League football.
Kolasinac is another one. He's out. He's on his way out, isn't he?
Yeah. Saka and Tierney, so kind of left back.
Tierney's injury prone.
Yeah.
So he's been on the operational table more than he's been on the pitch.
He has. Hopefully he'll be able to come back to full fitness.
Hopefully, you don't wish injury on anyone.
No, you want to see players play.
Unless you're a racist player.
Yeah, then
yeah, I hope you tear your ACL.
i.e. Luis Suarez. If your leg broke, I wouldn't really mind.
He's had a long-term injury, to be fair. That's how they got Martin Braithwaite.
Yeah, hopefully Luis Suarez gets another long-term injury.
Tears his MCL. Another thing in his knee.
That'd be good. On his other leg, because he's just a vile.
Wonder Boy sidekicks him and breaks his knee.
Like, it's not even the fact that I don't like him as a player, because he's a man. He's a great footballer.
As a player, he's a dog, and he's what Sanchez was, but much better in a way. Yeah. He's like that Tevez mold where he'll just kick you, like he will steal.
And he is a great footballer, but he's just a disgusting human being.
Yeah, what he did to Patrice Evra, man. And Patrice Evra, apart from kissing raw chicken, which that is terrifying, Patrice. Yeah. Don't ever do that again.
Yeah, Patrice, you've done it once, you don't have to do it again.
Exactly. You've proved that you're a big enough man to touch raw chicken.
But yeah, Patrice Evra, shout out to you.
He's just a really nice human being.
He's
one of them high energy guys.
He's just a good person, I think. Just a nice bloke to be around.
There's some full-time Devils too. They interviewed with him recently. Yeah.
Fair play.
It's quite fun. He's just a really nice guy. He cares a lot about the club, and I think he's an overall nice guy. And what Suarez did, and the fact that what annoys me is like if there was a racist Man United player, I'd want him out. Like, I don't care how good he is. Like, and the thing is, when Liverpool fans bagged him, I was like, that's sad.
Same for Arsenal. I want 11 players on the pitch who are just ideally good footballers, but I also want good people to be in the club, like just to promote the club. And
there was a guy. He does. I think he does recruitment or something like that. He's a racist, and I'd happily have him out. Like, really do not care much for him, to be honest. So you got your two strikers, your goalkeeper. Socrates, centre back.
Potentially.
Xhaka.
Potentially could go if he wants.
You got any more?
Just trying to think who I think could go. Obviously, Tobias' loan will end. I don't know if we'll keep him. I guess that's the decision for the board to make. Might be expensive, to be fair. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I think we'll struggle for the next few seasons because I don't think we'll get European football. Next season might having no European football might be a blessing in disguise.
Well, you think you'll make a run for the Champions League Champions League spot?
We'll have a better chance because there's no.
If you lose Aubameyang this season, you're finished. Because I can't imagine any top striker would join Arsenal.
No.
Especially Aubameyang, he's one of the best strikers in Europe. I don't think anyone will join. And then you got the money constraint as well. So I think short term you're in trouble. We'll go on to Arteta in a minute, but. European football is just the money is just so important. Yeah,
that's what I think short term Arsenal, but long term I think Man United will struggle.
Even long term, I think short term I agree. I think Arsenal are in trouble, but I think even long term I think you guys will be in more trouble.
See, I think
it depends on what your expectations are. If we have the same expectations for both clubs, which is just get in the Champions League football, make it to the round of 16, and then get knocked out like PSG.
Yeah, but I think for the next few seasons we won't. But I think over kind of 5, 6, 7 seasons that I think. The Man United, I know Arsenal and the board's relationship is really bad, but it's the same for Man United. Arsenal and Man United are very similar in that respect, where they have
run really poorly.
They have American owners who care more for the business than they do for the football.
They're the problem that's wrong with capitalism. In all honesty, it's venture capitalists who, especially because the fact that Man United was bought with debt. And a massive amount of debt was tied onto the club. It could have liquidated if it wasn't for the TV money. Yeah. Honestly, it could have done. And so what they've done is they come off the back of the success of Fergie and the previous owners who made the club what it was. And then Ed Woodward was like, on the field success isn't relevant to sponsorships. Obviously it is, man. Not everyone wants to be associated with the champions.
Yeah, you want.
Do you know what I mean? Everyone wants to taste. Everyone wants to interview. They want to talk to you. They want to find out what your secret is.
Yeah, and I think on kind of Twitter and so on, I've seen some nice relationships between Arsenal and Man United fans because we're in a very similar boat.
Fallen giant. And we're both victims of venture capitalists.
I think people look back and think when Arsenal and Man United were competing for everything together.
That was a golden age for the Premier League.
That was the Premier League's golden era.
Two insanely good teams, and not these nice guys who swap shirts. Two teams who really hated each other,
but had also a lot of mutual respect.
It was the Warriors' respect of I respect you as a fighter, as a player, but I hate you as a human being. Everything you represent, I really do not like you.
And they went at it. And
Pizzagate.
Yeah, bring it back.
Fabregas throwing a pizza.
Cesc Fabregas, legend.
Fergie.
And I think in that regard, I think Arsenal and Man United are very in similar positions, and I think there's only so much longer that both teams can go with this owner-fan relationship. And I think the FA has to do more.
The fact that apparently one of the reasons FFP was brought in was to stop a club being bought with debt.
Yeah.
Like United was, because at the end of the day that debt could have killed the club, and that was the fault of the FA for allowing the purchase, because they were the ones that they get a say in it. You have to pass some sort of ownership test.
Yeah.
And the fact that the FA allowed it is just a joke. The FA is a joke.
The FA is a joke.
They take racism more serious than they do what's it called? Sturridge got a gambling ban.
Do you know where around?
Trading.
You said they take racism more seriously.
Sorry, they take racism less seriously. Sorry, that's a good correction there. You caught that one. This is why I edit a lot in post.
Got you.
I have to hit the asterisks with the thing. And so my point being is that they gave Sturridge a 4-month ban. Second offence, to be fair to him. But other players, when they commit racism, it's 8-match ban or whatever. Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
Because Kiko Casilla of Leeds got an 8-match ban for. I don't know the word he used. I actually haven't looked.
Do you know what? I think it was the N-word.
Was it?
I think it was, but we're not 100% sure. And you could make the point that we don't know what was said.
Well, because
it was that distance in it.
But he says he didn't know the meaning of the word that he said.
That's a joke, bro. It's like when that the Crystal Palace goalkeeper did a freaking Nazi salute.
Yeah, I didn't know what it is.
Is he Australian or?
No, he's no Welsh. Wayne Hennessy is Welsh.
Oh mate, he should. Every kid gets taught 2 World Wars, 1 World Cup. Man, everyone knows about the history of. General history, he would have learned that up until he was in sixth.
Everyone knows what the salute is. Everyone.
Yeah.
If you could find someone who doesn't know what the salute means over the age of 12, I'd be impressed.
They might have forgotten, but I think if you show them, they'll be like, "Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember reading about that in school." Or they didn't go to school, or they just fell asleep in class.
But the FA doesn't care about racism because fans will still go to the games. They know that, and the FA is just geared towards money. There's no respect for the fans. The fans are a small part of the experience now. It's all about getting
TV money.
Yeah, and selling out the executive boxes and
yeah, the fancy people, because it's like,
which is nothing wrong with getting the fancy people at the game. If you want to sit in the director's box or the executive box, you know, and have a lot of money and eat your prawn sandwiches, that's not a problem. No one's mind that. But you're pushing that agenda, and you're not giving people who just want to go get a pie, have a couple of drinks, watch a game of football, and sing, you know, cheer their team on, and then go home. Those kind of fans have been obliterated.
It's a gentrification of football now when they got rid of, you know, stand-in and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I think they censored the Chelsea Rent Boys song as well. They said Man United fans couldn't sing that because it's homophobic.
I think football as a whole is in a dark place of just focus. It just feels like fans are just a
I mean, they're trying to push to get an openly gay male football. I'm like, don't try and force it, because it just won't happen.
The problem is they need to make the conditions, because there's undoubtedly been a lot of gay footballers.
Yeah. But Hitzelberg, is that
Thomas Hitzelsberger, yeah.
His name, which I just saw a lot of letters and Zs, and I
Justin
was like,
Fashanu. But I think there's been a lot more.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That just haven't come out.
They just keep it in their private lives because
it's not worth people to know. It's not worth the media, because all you'll do is get the media focus on you for months.
Like he's too busy focusing on Ronaldo's physique than he was to mark him. That's the kind of headlines you'll get. Trust me on that one.
And a lot of players realize it's not worth it. But it would be good to get a player who is able to come out and say that they are.
Yeah, I don't think that's a deal breaker, but I feel like no one should care. Like if a player comes out and says I'm gay, and everyone's like, okay. Yeah,
if a player in Arsenal came out and said I'm gay, if someone who supported Arsenal said I don't condone that, then I'd be like, don't support our club. Like,
you don't support the values of the club, innit?
Yeah, exactly. It's because Arsenal is built on its values of community. It's like Arsenal have always been like a classy club. That's the whole point they have. Like,
shoot them out of a cannon, innit? Homophobes.
Get them gone. They can go to prison.
I feel the same with Man United as well. Like, I don't care much for.
The club's built on tradition and history. Like, there's a certain way that the club conducts itself. If you're not in line with those values, then we don't want you in the club.
Yeah, at the same time, like, football's about bringing people together to watch something. Like, it's meant to help you forget about society.
Yeah, we're all fans. For the 90 minutes, like, you just want to watch a game of football, talk about the football, and then it's done.
Yeah, like, you know, I'm against, like, freaking Jesse Lingard doing that stupid Millie Rock thing, but, like, if the man scores and he does it, do you know what I mean? Like, I haven't got any objection to it.
Like, it's just a goal celebration. Like,
I don't really care, like, that much. So yeah, I mean, go back to the question. I think long term, I think Arsenal have a lot more problems. So I think soon the Glazers will realise they can't keep creaming that money off the top because the Champions League money is not rolling in. Man City and Liverpool are catching up revenue-wise, and we've made actually some decent signings. You know, Bruno should have got signed in the summer. Really good signing.
Yeah.
Pogba will most likely go, but he hasn't played all season anyway, so no one really cares.
And that'll be a lot of cash to generate back into the club.
Hopefully 100 mil. Yeah. Hopefully 100 mil. My only fear is that Juventus might get investigated for FFP because their wage bill is insane.
Yeah.
Like, any club that pays Aaron Ramsey £400,000 is a joke.
Juventus never spend a lot on transfers, but
it's the wage bill.
It's wages, yeah, and
it's very hard to get rid of those players on high wages.
Yeah, because no club will take them.
Let's not get Sami Khedira still there. He must be on at least 150.
Probably a lot of money, yeah. But you look at the team Juventus have got. Ronaldo's on shed loads.
He's probably on 500.
Ramsey's on a lot. Chiellini on a lot. Buffon's probably on a fair amount.
Higuain would have been on a lot of money when they transferred him.
There's a lot of players, and Alexandro's probably on a decent amount.
I reckon. Who's the centre back they signed from Ajax?
Delict.
Yeah, I reckon he's probably on decent money as well. And so, like, I think Juventus, I think their wage bill is gonna be very problematic for them.
Yeah.
And it's closed stadiums now in Italy as well. The league will get called off, so I think those players will still get paid. So I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for a lot of clubs to pay players without getting gate receipts.
Gate receipts in England aren't worth as much as I think they are worth in Italy. But then again, the stadiums aren't as full as they are here. So
no, I reckon English stadiums on average are bigger.
Yeah, but they're regardless. Like, the Italian stadiums are quite empty. Like before pre-coronavirus.
Oh yeah,
because
but you said that Italians would make more revenue from tickets. Did you mean British?
I know, because the TV revenue in England is just massive.
Yeah, but I think English gate receipts are higher than Italy.
But I think that's a proportion of, like, you know, the total they make. I don't think it's as big.
Oh yeah.
That's
like,
kind of
English clubs will make more
commercial
and ticket sales. Yeah. But I reckon it's more important to the clubs in Italy because TV's money is not the same.
I think Man United could sell tickets for like £20 or something like that, and it wouldn't even dent.
Yeah,
and like that's the point that the buying hierarchy made. That why would we increase ticket price? Because all we'll get is about an extra $2 million a season, and like $2 million in a transfer negotiation is nothing.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Like,
it's
not one's going to be like, I want to sell my player for 40. I say 30. And he's like 32.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It's going to be 35, 36.
Yeah, exactly.
Close to that. So like, that's a good point that he made. And Arsenal fans do pay the most in the country, which is sickening.
Yeah.
Considering you're not even top. Where's Arsenal now?
9th.
That's painful.
The gap is very small in that
Points
area.
Wise, yeah.
But like, there's still a lot of points.
It's all 6 pointers though, and if you place one above you and you lose, then it's a big gap that's made.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the problem there. And there's a lot of sharks up there as well. There's a lot of good teams up there
There's
that
a lot
you
of
really
good,
don't want to play.
The whole Premier League is full of a lot of good
Wolves,
teams.
Sheffield Wednesday, Everton.
Sheffield United, you mean?
Sheffield United. Sorry, I know Sam. Sam's going to come after
Sam Noel, yeah, he's on his way down now.
He's going to lamp me one. He's going to use his physics on me wherever he studies. Yeah, no, I'm going to get clamped by some Northerner now. Was it Sheffield United?
Sheffield United in the Premier League.
Come up with like a more distinct name. Like, come on, man. El Blades.
You're Manchester United.
Yeah, and we're like the big dons. We were the dons of Manchester. Not like, bro, Robinho signed for Man City. He's like, I'm glad I signed for Chelsea. And he's like, this is Man City. He's like, who?
And yet you're in their shadow.
For now. But yeah, they're only there because of financial roids anyways. So yeah, I think long term, I think Arsenal will be in more trouble because I think Stan will still take the money out. The only time I think Arsenal will get fixed is either if Josh takes over or if someone buys that Stan. And Stan won't sell because it's a massive cash thing.
Yeah.
So I think now Woodward's actually made smart signings. Arsenal, who have you guys signed recently? Was it Pepe, who's a bit on and off at the moment? Because he's a young player, though. I'm not going to blame him for.
The problem is people were like, "Oh, Pepe's rubbish," but he was playing for Emery, who was playing really defensive football, and like now we've got him under attack. He's starting to play really well.
Who else have you bought recently that's been decent?
When Tierney plays, he's played well. Ceballos has picked up form recently. He had a good game to start, went off a bit, got injured, but now he's come back. He's been very good.
And I think like we're still. I think United are making the better signings. Like Bruno's just been phenomenal. Bro, when I touch the ball, everyone gets hyped because everyone's like, I've never seen a man do that before. Like, obviously Dan James was a decent signing. He was an astute one. I feel like he started quite well and then he sort of dipped a bit.
I think Dan James will be one of those players that's like a squad player. Like I don't think he's good enough to start.
I think he'll be a better squad player than say someone like Jay Lings is now.
Yeah.
And Pereira is. So I'm hoping like if he becomes a really good squad player, that means the team is in a good place.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we signed obviously Maguire, who's done a lot better recently compared to before.
Whereas people were on Manchester United fans on Twitter were like, "Oh, Maguire's rubbish." I'm like, no, it's not just him. Like your whole team is rubbish.
Yeah. Shaw's picked up. Shaw's not signing, but Wan-Bissaka's been really well.
Yeah.
He actually put a really good cross in for Martial. And I was like, this man can cross. I was like, what?
Yeah, that was against Chelsea, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I feel like the board will have to release funds. I think speculate to accumulate. So they're going to have to spend some more money in order to get the Champions League money because the Champions League money is worth. I think if you make it to quarterfinals, I think you have about 60 million.
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. That's a great player every season.
But I think every win that Ollie kind of gets is like papering over the cracks.
Yeah.
Like he has a bad run, we'll get a win against the top team. It's like, oh, he's doing really well.
The problem is, it's because we play counter-attacking football, which is great. But then what happens when you play against a team that will just tighten up and then they'll force you to come at them? Do you know what I mean?
It feels like Bruno was a good signing to help that. Because Bruno seems like the kind of player who wants to be in a team that just controls the ball the whole game because he's that good.
Yeah, he's a dog though, man. Like he will scrap for the ball as well, which I respect.
I think like it's hard for Man United. That's why they do well against like Man City, Chelsea. Because
City they get hit on the counter really easily. And City's biggest weakness, and I feel like the problem with being a counter-attacking team is if you like it's like boxing. And if you're just a counter puncher, the guy will just tighten up and he'll keep a tight guard, and then you will leave open and just try to force something.
The problem with I think Man United is once they go 1-0 down, like,
it's hard because they'll tighten up.
It kind of feels like, but even then, like there's been a few games where Man United have gone 1-0 down. No,
1-0 up.
Yeah, and they're still trying to like they're in control of the game, but they don't want it.
Yeah,
and there's times where Man United have gone 1-0 down, and like they're still trying to counter attack, and it's like it doesn't work. You're losing.
The thing is, like you need like those teams like Wenger's best teams, Fergie's best teams. They had multiple like ways of playing where they could kick it around, possession, counter attack. When when Man City played Man United, it was a semi-final of the Carabao Cup, I think it was. Recently, 3-1. Yeah.
And it was at the Etihad, and Man United won like that Matic goal, which was a nice goal. And Man United were like they needed one goal pretty much to take it much time, and they just defended the whole game. I was like, it's like they didn't realise they were losing. Like you just want to tell. Like I feel like Ollie has the potential to be a good manager, but some of the stuff I see him do, I'm like,
well, I see like the triangles, the clever pass and all that stuff. You can say the players aren't good enough, but at the same time, like the mark of a great coach is to bring the best out of the players you have. Like the fact that Fergie made Johnny Evans look like a very, very good defender. It's just outstanding.
There are some players at Man United which are just nowhere near good enough for the club, like Jesse Lingard.
probably right list. Lingard, Pereira, question marks over them too. Dan James has some question marks. Matic also, I'm not sure.
Matic has played well recently. He's picked up.
Mourinho kept playing. He had surgery, and then Mourinho kept playing him until he breaks. And I'm just like, just a bad idea.
Well, Fred was the same. He's been good recently, but
yeah, he's picked up.
I just feel like Man United are a form team. Like they'll win 5 in a row and then lose 5 in a row.
Purple patch team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I feel like in the long term, I feel like if even if Ed Woodward stays, as long as he makes the smart signings, we'll be fine. But I think with Arsenal, if you don't make European football, then the money just becomes tighter each year. Do you know what I mean? Because
I'm kind of hoping we can replicate what when Liverpool didn't have European football and it helped build some foundations because they could gut the club out.
Yeah, you have time.
Yeah, and there's less pressure on European football. Like, there's less money, but obviously you're not playing as much. You've got more time between games to actually focus and get the team ready. So I'm hoping that could be almost like a little blessing for future.
The thing is, like, if you lose Aubameyang and Lacazette, like within say this summer and next summer, if you lose say Aubameyang this year, and use Lacazette next year, then your striking options will be very limited. Like what's his name, Martinelli? He looks like he could be good.
Martinelli, if they say Lacazette and Aubameyang both left, I'd be happy to play a very young front three, but it's of Pepe and Nketiah and Martinelli, because they're very exciting players, but obviously you want someone who is like a proven.
You need an older player.
You need someone who's proven at that level to just keep him.
The other problem you have is no depth.
Yeah,
depth is so important. Like, people understand how important it is to have good squad players around.
Yeah, just players who Tottenham are suffering. Harry Kane doesn't play; they've got no one.
You know, I think Mourinho's great for quotes because he'll pull out some good ones. Yeah. Like, it's like having a gun with no bullets, which is very true.
Yeah.
And like it is like when all your strikers are injured, like you're gonna roll through, you're gonna shoot blanks.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what happened. Like even with United, like before we signed Gallo, our striking options were very limited because they should have destroyed Lukaku in the summer. And that's the main problem with the board is like they'll make a couple of smart signings, but they're not spending a lot net.
Yeah, that's with Arsenal as well. Like
like they'll cover up in other ways, and our wage bill shrunk. I hope Sanchez goes somewhere, but the problem is like it's hard to sell squad players who want a lot of money. Like Xhaka, I think he's on decent money.
Yeah.
And like he was going to go to the Bundesliga, but then if you're trying to send him to a club say like Wolfsburg, you can't pay the wage that he's on now. You're gonna have to take a lesser transfer fee.
Yeah.
They're gonna say like, he's on 130,000. Maybe we can pay him 130,000, but we can't pay you 30 million. We're gonna give you 20 million.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Which are fair trades. I think.
That's the problem United have now. It's like when we're trying to sell someone, we can't do it because it's on like 300,000 and the club's like, we can't pay that.
Arsenal and Man United made that exact same mistake where they paid players
too much
money, and then now when any player gets linked to Arsenal, they know they can go, well, I want 150 grand a week.
Yeah, that's what I think someone called Matt Judkins, he's an investment banker. And I'm just like, why? Like, I watched the TV podcast where football clubs are essentially like FTSE 100 companies because they're worth so much money.
Yeah.
Like you can't have someone who's never had any experience doing transfers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't put me in charge like, oh yeah, he's going to be a head accountant. It's like he can't do basic maths. It's like, yeah, he'll give it a go. Do you know what I mean?
It's a frugal business, football transfers,
like,
and it's an
so
intense job.
Like, you need someone who's just very good at getting the numbers in, and someone who can spot a problem early on. So rather than being like, oh no, we need to get a centre back desperately, and calling up Leicester and be like, yo, we're going to pay you 50 mil for your boy Maguire's like 180. Then you roll through the last days like, so what did you say about 80 million? You look stupid. And you cut their pre-season, and it creates uncertainty amongst the player, and it puts a lot of pressure on
them. Because that sale for Maguire from Leicester, because I know they were going to try and sign a replacement, and they went for Nathan Ake, and they were like, oh yeah, 50 million.
That's great.
Like, but you've made a precedent at that point, because teams know you've just made 80 million for a transfer for a player that's not worth 80 million. They're going to be like, okay, well, if you want to buy him, you've got to pay the big bucks because we know you have it.
Yeah,
like,
that's the other problem.
Obvious.
And like, I feel like if I was in the situation of Leicester, I would have signed a replacement before that. They were lucky they have Soyuncu.
He's very good.
He's very good. They were lucky they had him though already.
Yeah.
And you say smart recruitment. It is, but it's very hard to sign a player who's from a lesser club to make the same impact that your top boy had. Yeah. And he's doing well. Him and Johnny Evans are actually good centre-back partnership.
Leicester.
So can't wait to buy Soyuncu next season.
To be fair, I think it'd be a good little signing. Just buy the Leicester back four.
Him and Maguire in it. They got Ben Chilwell, who's pretty good.
Yeah,
Pereira. Just buy Leicester, the club, innit? You buy the entire
Just rename it.
It's like a Manchester United B team. So I think long term, I think Arsenal will be in more trouble because I think the finances will keep tightening up.
I think it's a case of both teams. I guess it's quite an odd time for both teams.
Depends. I think it depends. Long term predictions are hard, but I feel like the Glazers will have to have to figure out what they want to do, or if the club does go into decline, someone will buy them because the brand Manchester United is just massive.
Yeah, I guess it's like with like Arsenal, Man United are still like it's a brand. Isn't
I was going to reference actually this video of. Do you remember the Asian guy where they asked him like, have you heard of these football clubs?
Yeah, and he was like Tottenham.
He's like Man United, yeah. Was it Man City? Yeah, and he's like Tottenham. He's like who? He's like Tottenham Hotspur. It's like Top Spur, and he thought, I think this guy thought the camera guy's joshing him, innit?
Yeah.
I think he thought he's pranking him, like trying to make up like a fake team, and the guy starts laughing. It's probably one of the funniest videos of that year.
Yeah, I remember that.
And everyone just started mocking Tottenham in the comments, and I was like, they deserve it first. Like Top Spur. The way he spoke was like, bro, you having me on, innit?
That was funny.
And so I think short term, I think Arsenal will have a lot of problems, just like Man United, but I think Arsenal's short term problems will be worse.
Yeah.
We agree on that one, and I think long term we kind of disagree on that one.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. We'll do a podcast in 5 years' time.
Yeah.
Like, I told you.
And we'll review. Yeah.
And it's like, no, we're both relegated to the championship.
We're both in the championship.
It's like, I see you away.
But we're 10th and you're 11th. Yes.
It's like only on goal difference. And